All of you, good morning, my dear students. I am Anbraj, social science teacher. Are you metric arts in the school? Melo. In this session, we are going to study about the Chinese civilization. China has two major rivers. One is known as Huanghe, and the other is called Yangtze River. The Huanghe River, named Yellow River. The Yellow River is known as the Sorrow of China. Why the river was called Sorrow of China? Frequently, the river had frequent floods and destroyed the parts of the China. So it was called the Sorrow of China. Among the river area, the Chinese civilization were developed and flourished. Evidence for the prehistoric Peking man and Yunnan man exist in China. Neolithic communities lived in China between 4500 and 3750 BC. The Henan province is the Yellow and Yangtze River Valley contain evidences for the Neolithic villages. China had many city-states, and gradually these states became the part of an empire. First of all, we should knowing about the poverty and the emperors of the China. Poverty and emperors. Poverty means society structure or society setup. See Huangti founded the Qin dynasty. Shi Huangti founded the Qin dynasty. The emperor had the title Son of Heaven. The emperor had the title Son of Heaven. He is considered to be the first emperor of China. Shi Huangti considered the first emperor of China. The period between 221 and 206 BC is known as the imperial era of China. Shi Huangti conquered other principalities in 221 BC and remained the emperor till 212 BC. Shi Huangti defeated the feudal lords of the China and established a strong empire. He is credited with unifying the China. He is credited the unifying China. Shi Huangti destroyed the walled fortification of different states. Fortification means a defensive wall. The other refreshment built and constructed the Great Wall of China to protect the empire from the invading of nomadic people. Nomadic people means they hadn't established life on a particular place. The people moved frequently from one place to another place. Su Huanti built roads to integrate the empire. Nextly, we should knowing about the Han Empire. Han Empire. During the Han Empire's period, a written history of the was made available in the China. The greatest of the Han emperors, Wu Ti. The king Wu Ti expanded the empire and built many public amenities, and including irrigation tanks. He sent Zhang Qian. As emissary to the west in 138 BC. Emissary means a person sent as a diplomatic representatives on a special mission. Zhang Qian paved way for the opening of the Silk Road in 130 BC to encourage trade activities. Because of the Silk Road and the resultant trade connections, China benefited immensely. Immensely means largely. During the ruled Emperor Zhang, Chinese silk was much sought after by the Romans during the time of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius in 166 AD. Some of the Chinese silk might have reached Rome through the ports of Tamilakam. Nextly, we are going to study about the Terracotta Army. The Terracotta Army refers in a large collection of terracotta warriors images found in China. They depict the armies of the king Qin Shi Huang. Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. They were buried with the king in 210 and 209 BCE. They are found at the northern foot of the Lizan mountain, 35 kilometers of the northeast of Xi'an, Shaanxi province, as part of the mausoleum of the king. Mausoleum means a stately or impressive building housing a tomb or group of tombs. Nextly, we are going to study the philosophy and literature. Chinese poets and philosophers such as Lao Tzu, Confucius, Mencius, Moti, and Tao Qin contributed the development of the Chinese civilization. who were the part of the Chinese civilization: Lao Tzu, Confucius, Mencius, Moti, and Tao Chin were the parts of the Chinese civilization. Sun Tzu, a military strategist, wrote a book called Art of War. And the Spring and the Autumn Annals is the official chronicle of the state at the time. The Yellow Emperor's Canon of Medicine is considered the Chinese earliest written book on the medicine. It was codifying during the time of Han Dynasty, which is the earliest written book on medicine. Canon of Medicine is the earliest written book of medicine. Nextly, the philosophers. Lao Tzu, 604 to 521 BCE. Lao Tzu was the master of archive keeper of Chou state. He was the founder of the Taoism. He argued that desire is the root cause of all evils. Desire is the root cause of all evils. So, every individuals keep his life Lao Tzu, the philosopher. Lao Tzu was the master of archive keeper of Chou state. He was the founder of Taoism philosophy. He argued that desire is the root cause of all evils. So, every individuals practice to control the evil activities in his life. The life will be betterment. He consists. Next, the philosopher Confucius. Confucius, 551 to 497 BCE. Confucius was the famous among the Chinese philosophers. He was a political reformer. His name means Kuang. It means the master. He insisted on cultivation of one's own personal life. He insisted on cultivation of one's own personal life. Confucius said, if personal life is cultivated, family life is regulated. If personal life is cultivated, family life is regulated. And once family life is regulated, the national life is regulated. Next philosopher, Mencius. His period is 372 to 289 BCE. Mencius was the another well-known Chinese philosopher. He traveled throughout China and offered his counsel to the rulers. Counsel means advice to the king. Next, the Chinese scripts. Chinese developed a writing system from an early time. Initially, it was a pictographic system. Our Indus civilization writing system also the pictographic scripts. The pictographic system, and later it was converted into a symbol of farming script system. Nextly, what is the contribution of this of the Chinese civilization? The contributions of the Chinese civilization were: the Chinese civilization contribute the writing system was improved. Secondly, the Chinese civilization contributes the paper invention. And thirdly, the Chinese civilization opening of Silk Road. Fourthly, the Chinese civilization contribute the invention of gun